The Galactic Council had existed for 17,000 cycles, a monument to peace and diplomacy among the stars. Within its crystalline halls, representatives from hundreds of species gathered to settle disputes, negotiate trade agreements, and maintain the delicate balance of power that kept the galaxy from descending into chaos. The Council prided itself on one particular achievement. In all its long history, it had never witnessed a species-wide declaration of total war until the humans came. Anna stood at the observation deck of the human diplomatic vessel Terra's Voice, her fingers pressed against the transparent aluminum viewport. Below, the planet Kepler-4 to be rotated slowly, its blue-green surface marred by massive scorch marks visible even from orbit. Her reflection in the glass showed a young woman with tired eyes, blonde hair pulled back in a military bun, and the insignia of Earth's Unified Defense Force on her shoulder. "They're still refusing to acknowledge what happened," John said, approaching from behind. He was older than Anna by a decade, his face weathered by years of diplomatic service and his dark hair streaked with premature gray. As Earth's chief ambassador to the Galactic Council, he had spent 5 years trying to navigate the complex web of alien politics. The Zitharian Empire claims it was an accident, a navigational error. Anna turned to face him, her jaw clenched. "An accident? John, they glassed an entire colony. 15,000 civilians, children, families, scientists who had no weapons, no defenses." Her voice cracked slightly. "My sister was down there." John's expression softened with genuine pain. He had known Anna's sister, had approved her assignment to the Kepler colony himself. "I know. I'm sorry, Anna. But the Council is pushing for arbitration. They want us to accept reparations and reparations." Anna's laugh was bitter. "They think they can put a price on genocide?" The Zitharians knew exactly what they were doing. "We've seen the communications intercepts. This wasn't an accident, it was a message. A warning to the upstart species to know their place in the galactic hierarchy. For decades, humanity had been the newcomers to the galactic stage. When Earth's first FTL ships had stumbled into Council space, they had been met with a mixture of curiosity and condescension. Humans were young, impulsive, aggressive by galactic standards. The elder species viewed them as children playing with dangerous toys, useful for their creativity and labor, but not to be taken seriously in matters of importance. The Zitharian Empire, one of the Council's founding members, had been particularly vocal in their disdain. When human colonies began spreading through previously unclaimed systems, the Zitharians saw it as an affront. Warnings were issued, borders were declared, and when humanity politely but firmly refused to halt their expansion, the Zitharians decided to teach them a lesson. "The Council meets in 6 hours, John said quietly. "I'm supposed to present Earth's response to their arbitration proposal." Anna met his eyes. "What are you going to tell them?" John pulled a sealed data crystal from his pocket, its surface gleaming in the starlight streaming through the viewport. "This contains the formal declaration from Earth's government. Every nation, every representative, unanimous for the first time in human history." He paused, the weight of what he held seeming to age him further. "They're expecting me to negotiate, to be diplomatic, to accept the Council's decision, because that's what civilized species do. And what will you do?" A sad smile crossed John's face. "I'm going to tell them the truth, that humanity tried to play by their rules. We came in peace, we respected their laws. We genuinely wanted to be part of this galactic community. But they've taught us that in their eyes, we'll never be equals. We'll always be the barbarians, the lesser species, the ones whose lives don't matter as much." He held up the crystal. "This is humanity's declaration of war against the Zitharian Empire. Not a limited conflict, not a border skirmish. Total war. Every resource, every ship, every soldier we have." Anna felt a chill run down her spine. She knew what this meant. Humanity had studied the great wars that had nearly destroyed the galaxy millennia ago. Before the Council was formed, they knew why total war had been abolished, why it was considered the ultimate taboo among civilized species. Total war meant fighting without restraint, without mercy, until one side ceased to exist. "They'll try to stop us," Anna said. "The Council won't allow it. They'll threaten sanctions, blockades, maybe even military intervention. Let them try." John replied, his voice harder now. "We've already run the calculations. The Council species have grown soft, comfortable in their peace. They have militaries designed for deterrence and limited conflicts, not for real war. Humanity, we've been fighting wars since we lived in caves. It's in our DNA. We know how to hate, how to sacrifice, how to keep going when any sane species would surrender." He turned to look at the scarred planet below. "The Zitharians wanted to remind us of our place. They wanted to show the galaxy what happens to upstart species who don't show proper respect. Well, they're about to learn what humans are really capable of when you push us too far." 6 hours later, John stood before the assembled Galactic Council, representatives from hundreds of species watching as he approached the speaker's platform. The Zitharian ambassador, a towering reptilian creature with iridescent scales, radiated smug confidence. The arbitration proposal had been approved. Earth would receive compensation. Justice, in the Council's eyes, had been served. John placed the data crystal into the reader. His voice was steady as he spoke the words that would change the galaxy forever. "The United Government of Earth formally declares a state of total war against the Zitharian Empire. Effective immediately. We reject the Council's arbitration. We reject their authority. We will accept nothing less than complete and unconditional surrender." The chamber erupted in chaos. Delegates shouted in 100 languages. The Council chair called for order, her translator struggling to make her voice heard above the din. But John wasn't finished. "Let this serve as notice to all species of the Galactic Council. Humanity came to you in friendship. We asked only to be treated as equals, to be respected as sentient beings worthy of basic rights. You chose instead to treat us as lessers, as expendables, as a species whose lives could be snuffed out without consequence." He looked directly at the Zitharian ambassador, whose smugness had transformed into something closer to disbelief. "You wanted to teach us our place." John continued, "Consider this lesson learned. You're about to discover what happens when humans go to war. And by the time we're done, the galaxy will understand that it had gone too far." As John left the chamber, Anna waited for him in the corridor. She said nothing, simply fell into step beside him as they walked back to the shuttle that would take them home to Earth. Behind them, the Galactic Council descended further into chaos, unable to comprehend that the youngest species in their assembly had just shattered 17,000 cycles of peace. They would understand soon enough. The war had begun.